Hi, welcome to Sun and Moon Yoga on YouTube. I'm Carol Stehl, and this week our short morning practice is called It's Not Rocket Science, in honor of our space shuttle launching and mission. And today's class is all about making space. In our world right now, there's so much turmoil all around us with extreme social unrest on top of a pandemic. And this turmoil translates into tension and stress and can easily manifest in our bodies and in our minds and in our hearts in the form of tightness and constriction and contraction. But with our yoga practice, we turn constriction into expansion and we replace tightness with spaciousness. We're making space in our bodies, in our minds, in our hearts by practicing yoga. And although the turmoil may still be out there, we alleviate the tension and the tightness or the reaction to the turmoil by practicing yoga. And so that we are ultimately, as a result, better citizens. And not just you, but everyone benefits from your yoga practice. So let's make some space. Why don't we? So starting in any position you like, either lying on your back or take a comfortable seat, just pick something that's where you can actually really relax. And just begin to turn your focus from an outward perspective to an inward perspective. And just feel your body relaxing and letting go. I'm going to read to you one of the Radiance Sutras. As you relax, please just listen. Shining One, breathing out, let go and fall into knowing all of creation as existing within space. And you are absorbed in that vibrant, empty fullness. In this moment, your body is intimate with space, exchanging essence for essence, balancing in the midst of vast emptiness, knowing utter freedom. So just begin to notice the space around you, around your body, in the room. And bring your awareness to your feet. And just notice the space between your toes, the space all around your feet and your ankles. And take your awareness to your hands and your fingers and feel the spaces between your fingers, the space hovering over your hands and your arms. And just begin to take your awareness all around your body, noticing the spaces within your being. So taking your awareness to your ear canal, your ears, your ear canal, the windpipe. And just notice where in your body you feel, where do you feel spacious? Where do you feel lightness? And then notice where you don't feel spaciousness. Maybe you feel some areas of density. Just notice these differences. Our bodies are vastly composed of space and vibration. So bring your awareness to those areas where you're feeling that and you're noticing that. So we'll continue to explore these spaces within our being. So if you're not already lying on your back, please find a position on your back. So lying on your back with your legs extended out, your arms anywhere comfortably by your sides. Take a full breath in and just begin to point the toes. And as you breathe out, flex the feet, drawing the toes towards the ceiling, and spread the toes wide, making space between the toes. Inhale and point the toes. Exhale, flex the feet, spread the toes wide. And just take 3 more rounds, pointing and flexing the feet. Noticing what's happening in your ankles, what's happening in the bottoms and the tops of your feet. Notice the space that you're creating in your body. And then separate the feet a little wider apart, and then just begin to take the feet around into circles in opposite directions. So we're making space from the bottom up. We're starting at the bottom. We're going to work our way up. Let's reverse the direction. And then release. So now let's bend the knees, plant the feet on the ground, extend your right leg up in the air, and then cross it over the left thigh. So the ankle is on the thigh, and then let's take the arms out to the sides. And then we're just going to begin to slowly rock the hips from left to right, just very slowly, starting off with some very small movements, left and right. And then as you feel more space opening up in there, perhaps going a little wider and a little further. So taking it a little further over as you're feeling called, as you feel that opening. So in our yoga practice, we don't want to go straight to our maximum possible position. We want to take it slowly so that we can easily open up the body and take it one step at a time, waiting for more of an opening to go a little further, creating more and more space. And then maybe going even so far that you're going all the way over to the floor. Maybe not. May not be in your practice. And then perhaps rolling all the way over to the left so that you can place that foot on the floor. And then roll your head to the right, coming into a twist. And if you'd like, you can draw that bent knee away from you to create maybe a little more space in the hip area. Only if that feels right for you. Breathe here and notice any areas where you're feeling more space being created as you move the body into these positions. Let's take one more big breath in here. And let the exhale bring you up. And let's extend that cross leg all the way up and flex the foot and lower that extended leg very mindfully down to the ground. And then bend the knee back in. And let's do the other side. Extend the left leg up or the other leg. I think we are all doing the same side. Cross that left ankle over the right thigh. And then begin rocking. Starting off small. Just bring your awareness to what's happening as you move from side to side. What's happening around in the sacrum area. What's happening in your hips. What's happening in your shoulders. And maybe going a little further to each side when you feel that calling. When you feel that opening. as more space opens up. And then the next time you rock all the way over to the right, see if you can bring the foot down to the floor and roll your head to the opposite side. Breathe here. Perhaps draw the knee away from you, the top knee. You want to create a little more space if that feels right. And then one more big breath in and out here. And bring the legs back up. Extend that bent leg all the way up. Flex the foot and lower mindfully down to the ground. Then bend that knee back in. Now let's cross the opposite leg over once again. And this time let's bring the legs in towards the chest. Bring the legs in. You can clasp your hands behind your thigh or over your shin. Whatever works. And again, don't draw your legs into as far as you can go right away. Just draw in maybe 50%. And then wait for an opening, and then maybe go 60% and 70% and so forth. So just take your time and also use your breath to help open up your body, to help create those spaces. So wherever you feel that tightness, that constriction, that tension, take your breath there in your mind's eye. Just take your breath there. Taking fuller but comfortable breaths in and out as you move through your practice. We'll take a couple more breaths here. And then as you're ready, lower the legs. And then let's change sides. Opposite leg crosses over. Draw the legs in. Reach for the back of the thigh or the shin. And then begin to slowly draw the legs in. Just starting off real easy place. Allowing the body to acclimate to what you're doing to it. And let's take a couple more breaths here. And then let's very gently release down. Release the leg out. And we're going to roll to one side and come up. Come over to the hands and knees. So we're set up for downward facing dog. So we'll spread the fingers wide, get really grounded through the fingers, and make some space. Get really expanded across the collarbones, the front of the chest, and feel your shoulder blades hugging your back ribs. And curl the toes under, and just let the hips float off the floor and push back. And then customize this downward dog in any way that you need to or want to make space in your body. So take your awareness to wherever you're feeling the tightness, the tension, and then see what you can do to erase that tension. For me, I'm going to pedal my feet. One heel down, the opposite knee bent, and then change sides. And I like to sway my hips from side to side because I feel tightness in my hips. So do what you need to do for your downward dog to create that space. And then let's come back into a static downward dog. And then looking forward, let's step the right foot up. Right foot comes up, release the back knee down. If you need some padding for your knees, go ahead and grab a blanket or a towel. We'll be on our knees a little bit. So you want your knees to be happy. Coming into a low lunge, the heels underneath the knee. And then press into the front foot and bring the arms up. Arms come up. And tone the belly as you reach up. And take a big breath in. And release it out. And then one more breath in, reach up. And as you breathe out, let's crescent moon to one side. Press into that front foot to stay nice and stable. Inhale, come up. And let's stretch to the other side. Inhale, come up. And let's turn the palms and float them down into airplane arms. So here we are. We're going to float through space. So let's take a big breath in and lengthen up. And as you exhale, let's turn to the right. Inhale, come back to center. And lengthen up through the spine. Create space in the spine. Exhale, turn left. And on a breath in, come back to center. Take the arms up and float them all the way down. Let's step back to downward facing dog, and then we'll change sides. Okay? Take a short downward dog. And we'll step the left foot up. Release the back knee down. And bring the arms up, pressing into that front foot. Tone the belly here. Reach way up, maybe back a little bit. And exhale, back to center. Press into the front foot, reach up. Exhale, crescent moon to one side. Inhale up. Crescent moon to the other side. Reach up again. And then turn the palms, come down to airplane arms. And breathe in, lengthen up through the spine. Create some space through all those vertebrae. And exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, twisting to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Arms come all the way up. And then exhale, floating the arms down. Curl the back toes under. And step back to downward dog. And then work your way up to the front of the mat. And then we'll bend the knees and take the arms out and come all the way up. And hands together in front of the heart. So now, find a small spot at the wall. Just a little space for your hand. So we're just going to stand with our hand on the wall about shoulder height and with your fingertips pointing behind you. Fingertips pointing behind. And then just stand in your Tadasana, nice and grounded through the feet. Doesn't matter if you don't need your mat. And then we're going to go very slowly. We're going to take it one step at a time to create some space here all along the shoulders and the sides. Okay, we're going to walk into a twist. So breathe in, lengthen up through the spine. As you breathe out, turn maybe one little step to the right or away from your hand. Okay, turning away, just dialing away. Breathe in, lengthen up. And let's turn maybe a little bit more. So we're taking those baby steps. Annie's class on Monday was one small step. So here we are taking those steps. And as you feel an opening, as you feel a calling, if you want more opening, creating more space, go a little deeper, just keep turning as far as feels right for you. And let's take one more breath here, in and out. And then slowly work your way back to the original starting point and release the arm out, perhaps shake it out a little bit. And then let's do the other side. I'm just going to use this wall over here. Okay, so arm is at shoulder height. The fingertips are pointing behind you, standing nice and tall and grounded in your Tadasana. And then lengthen up as you breathe in. As you breathe out, begin to take your baby steps away from the arm, away from the hand. Just begin to turn and take it at your own pace. Just breathing in and lengthening up. Get more space in the spine as you come into the twist. You only want to feel a nice, strong stretching sensation. You never want to feel any pain. So if you feel like you've gone too far, just back off a little bit. And we'll take one more breath here. And then we'll come back to center. And then shake that arm out. And so from here, we're going to stand in our Tadasana. And let's bring the hands clasped together behind the head. Hands behind the head. And then as you ground down through the feet, lengthen up through the legs, through the spine, up through the crown of the head. Tone the belly as you lift the heart up to the sky and draw the elbows back. Take a big breath in here. And then as you exhale, let's reverse the arch, round the back, bring the elbows toward one another, and bring the chin down towards the chest. This reverse. Inhale, open, creating space here in the front of the body, lift. And as you exhale, let's create some space in the back, elbows toward one another. And let's go back and forth 2 or 3 more times. Moving with your breath. Let your breath help open up the body. And then coming back to center and releasing the arms. And then we're going to work on a little bit of balance. Again, getting really grounded through your Tadasana, feeling your feet just snuggling into the mat, into the earth, lengthening up all the way through the legs, through the torso, through the crown of the head. And then let's tone the belly for stability. We're going to do a little balance. So let's bring our weight to one leg, stand on one leg. I'm choosing my left leg. And then bring the other leg out, and you can just begin to just balance yourself on this standing leg and using the other leg as a little point of balance. So begin to take that foot off the ground, maybe just 1 inch at a time. And let's take the arms up and out. Okay, so the standing leg that's carrying all the weight, you want to make sure that you're not locking that knee. Okay, so grounding down, but lifting up out of that hip. And then if you're ready, maybe take off, lifting the foot off the floor, either a little bit or maybe more. Take your time. You're a falling star, falling out of the sky, floating through space. Breathe here, keep breathing. Coming over as far as feels comfortable for you. And let's take one more breath here. And then slowly lift your way back out. If you'd like, you can shake out the standing leg. And then we'll move to the other side. So bringing your weight, all your weight onto the other leg without locking that knee. Belly is toned. For more support, extend the opposite leg out. And let's take the arms out and up. And then when you're ready to float through space, take your leg off the floor, your foot off the floor. You can flex that foot or you can point it. And breathe. And let's take one more breath here as these beautiful stars floating through space. And then we'll come back to Tadasana. And now let's take the arms out and up. And let's fold all the way down, coming into Uttanasana. And just hang here. You can bend your knees as much as you'd like. And you can clasp your hands on opposite elbows if you'd like, or just let your arms dangle, whatever feels good, whatever you'd like to do to help create more space all along the spine, in the hips, wherever, in the arms, in the neck. And just feel your spine growing longer. And then let's just bring your fingertips to the floor and separate the feet wide apart and even turn the toes out. Then coming down into a squat, Malasana, just for a moment or two, if that's available to you. And we're going to eventually come into a seat. The seated, so to finish up our short practice, you're welcome to take a position in Shavasana, lying on your back, or you can join me in a seated position. Just do what feels right to you right now. You want to be really comfortable. Just tuning in with your body, just noticing all the space that you created just in these last few minutes. With your mind, with your intention, with your breath, with your movement. And just feel and sense your body as pure, radiant sensation. Pure, radiant sensation. Merging with space. Freedom is in the spaces. The spaces between our thoughts, behind the noise of the world, in the quiet and the stillness of the core of your being. And that's what we're doing in our yoga practice, uniting with that quiet, that stillness, that spaciousness. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today and making space in your bodies, in your hearts, in your minds. I'll see you next time. Thank you, Ray. There's Jackie. Oh, hello, Carmen, dear, and Cardi. Hi, Cardi. Good to be with you too. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Robert. Glad everybody joined. Tomorrow, Andrea will be taking you through, she's going to take you into orbit. Her class is Orbiting the Moon. And then Friday, Dina is taking you up into space too. Her class is called Taking Flight. So we have a lot more opportunities to create space. So enjoy your week. Take good care of yourselves and everyone around you. Namaste.